Here's an example from a recent tournament game of mine. I was playing with the black pieces, and I have an extra pawn here. I had also more time on the clock, and I generally thought that I have everything under control in this position. I really wanted to prevent my opponent from having any extra chances, and I just wanted to comfortably convert my extra pawn. But with very little time on the clock, my opponent here played a sharp move. He played e3, and well, he kind of had it being prepared, so that's why he could play it with so little time on the clock. And never mind that we started the game with 80 minutes, so now he's down to 2 minutes and 1 minute increment though. So it's still very risky what he's doing, but I, of course, looked at it and I thought, well, can I now capitalize on his time trouble and the sharp position and just exploit the strange placement of white pieces, this somewhat strange placement. And I played pawn to b5. The idea is that if the knight retreats, which it seems like he's forced to, so he goes to b2, then I can take on d3, sorry, on e3, and he of course cannot take back because that would cost him a queen. So I really wasn't sure what white was gonna do, because it seemed like I'm just I mean, of course he can exchange on b4, he can exchange on a5, well, he can exchange on d5, so there's a lot going on, I thought, but I thought that I generally have things well under control. What I overlooked is that he could throw in yeah, and if I wanted to avoid this, and if I wanted, I could have just taken on e3, and I don't really think there's much of a concern for me. Either way he takes, I'm still up a pawn. It's not bad. My pieces are still very well placed. Instead I played b5, and what I overlooked is that he can first take on d4. Now my bishop is attacked, and I don't want to lose the bishop, so I have to capture back. And now comes the real shocker, the real shot, knight c6. So all of a sudden, I can't take back because that won't be too good. I just lose a little bit too much material, and I mean there's a lot of stuff hanging, but I'll lose the whole queen, so I don't really want to lose a queen. He's threatening to capture me, and I obviously don't have time to capture on c4 for the same reason my queen is hanging. So I had to go for queen c5, and the game somewhat simplified. Like for example here, white could have equalized with knight to a5, and none of this is something I considered when playing b5. But really, a move like this that allows him to distract my bishop from the long diagonal, a move that like exposes my light squared diagonal, it's something to definitely keep in mind, and I should have thought better before playing it. So that's just another lesson that we should always watch out for what the opponent can do, and that would really allow us to keep the chess game always under control and avoid any unpleasant surprises. And it's very discomforting for the opponent too when their opportunities are well prevented, and it can really help your chess strength sometimes to take the view of the opponent and see the board from their side.